Alright guys, so in part one, we had to end abruptly because the kindergarten next door started the loud music where the kids start singing first every morning. I hope they finished. If they do come back again, and apologies for the background music. It's not me playing music in the background, it's the kids starting their day off. Anyway, so we did an example of how we can use the WordPress tool with the Amazon tool to be able to find products that we can basically make list type posts. Now, what if we want to take the same products and instead of a list type post, we want to create kind of table style post? Well, this is a lot easier in many ways, a lot better for this kind of content, because we're not going to have the same duplicate content that you would have if you did a list style post where we're just grabbing the features and stuff from Amazon. Okay, what we can do then is we can click on here to click on center, and this time we're going to click on WordPress poster compare table. So I'm going to click on that and we give it a second and this will open up. Now thankfully it's opening up where I had my previous filters, and what we need to realize is that WordPress themes, you know, they can only take so much width, so we cannot put too many columns. So what I've identified is things like image, title, feature, list price, and the buy now thing in here. So all I need to do is select these 5 columns, which is more than enough, create the table, and when I've created the table, I can simply insert table, and then it will open up the editor in here. Now the first thing I want to do here is come over into the corner, okay, and where that little plus thing shows up here just above the sort of menu bar for that particular column, and I'm just going to come over and center everything in here. Okay, that means I've got everything in the center. Now the thing is with this, the way it is right now, you can see I've got 1 image missing, which I can fix a little bit later. I've got 2 images missing, 3. Okay, some things don't have images, so we can just take a generic one and put that in there later when we've got it inside the actual WordPress site, within the WordPress editor. What I want to do is I want to make this not so high. Okay, so what I can do is I need to come into the images and click on here, just click on the image and you'll see this little sidebar thing open up, and the first one is to resize, and I can simply come in and resize that down to 50%. Now to do that for 37 products, it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass, there's no doubt about it. Okay, so I have asked my coder to fix this, that we can resize all the images at one time. Okay, so hopefully we'll have that sometime later today. And in the meantime, what I do need to do is something like this if I really want to post this right now. But what this is going to give us is a post that looks like the one that we looked at in the last video from the Folding Bike guy, where you've got some basic information. So we've got title, we've got feature, we've got list price, etc. And we've still got those keywords in here that we need. Okay, if we take just these 5, let me just move that over here. So we got the image, the title, feature, list price, and the buy now. If we go to the Folding Bike guy, just go over to Google Chrome, you can see he's got image, product name, weight, folded size, etc. Now he's got better information in some ways because he's got number of gears, he's got recommended selling price, what the price is. Now these are things that we need to pull into our Amazon tool as well, which if they have it on the API, it will get it in there because it's kind of important. Okay, and he's got a nicer sort of border at the top of his sort of menu bar up here. We can work on that as well. So there's still a lot to be done for these particular tools that we've just built. But you know, from the first sort of let's just try and make this darker red. Oh no, that makes the title, that makes the text darker red. Let's bring that back to black. I'll leave that for now. I need to come back and fix this later. But you know, what we got so far is pretty good for what we have, for what we want to do. But we can take it further, is what I'm saying. We can take it a lot further. All right, now for me to be able to post that into WordPress is, you know, just the click of a button. I just click on save and close and put it into WordPress. But I'm going to wait. I'm not going to do that because I'll wait till my coder does some updates so that I don't have to go through all 37 images and stuff like that. But it gives us another opportunity where we can do those kind of posts exactly the same way as those guys have done that we saw are ranking for high search volume keywords. Okay, don't worry that he's got some good information like gears and you know, like all the other bits of information that he's got in here in there. We can add those things as well. If it's coming from the API, we will have it, and that will give us some more information. But even this as it is right now is pretty good. I mean, we've got the title, we've got our feature area which is full of topical keywords, and we can also build some introduction at the top, some introduction at the bottom. And what we can also do is we can put in here, for example, some video. So all I need to do is click on this video tab. A second, it just got stuck there for a second. It took a couple of seconds to load, and I paused the video to see if there was a problem, but it does come up. So we can go and find maybe something that's kind of informative, and so we can see here, you know, a whole bunch of videos that we can maybe possibly use. So we could have, for example, let's see if we can find something that's informative and not just about one particular bike. So we've got this one here, our fat bikes fast, this one here. We can click on that, and what you see then is we've got this shortcode added. Now if I click on the preview button, and we can do this with the list type post as well, we can go and find videos for each product and put that in there as well. That's how we can take the product further, take the post further. But we can see here that we've got a good video, and we've got our column that once we've fixed the image sizes is going to look a lot better. We can cut out some of this kind of stuff, and we can, you know, have a nice looking post done literally in seconds that is good enough, certainly for poking site, but we might want to take a little bit further for a money site by adding some more content at the top and the bottom, like the guy has done that is ranking for a whole bunch of keywords. Okay, so he's got a very, very short introduction, and then he's breaking it down into sections. Now you could, if you wanted, if you found this kind of content, get a writer to go through this and do something similar. Don't copy what he's got, do something similar though, where you're making sure you've got those kind of topical keywords. So we've got here frame material, and he's talking about aluminium, carbon fiber, steel, titanium, and that's exactly what you will find in Amazon when we look for folding mountain bikes, for example. You can see in here that we've got the frame material. So you could build that according to what Amazon have done. Now how do we take that further? Well, if we can automate it and we can find what Amazon have got, we can take these sub-headlines and we can pull it in. Oh, let me just bring that back. We can take these sub-headlines and we can bring it into our articles and just insert as a shortcode. So we can say, like, take Amazon Amazon topical subheadlines or something like that. We could call it. We could have a shortcode in here that we can just simply add in. So just like we did for when we pulled in here from videos, what we can have is we can see we've got these shortcodes in here. We can create another shortcode that is pulling in those sub-headline parts, and we can just simply come down here to the bottom and put a shortcode in here so that we got those sub-headlines, and we can simply fill it out. I'll just give it to a writer to go and do it for us. You know, $10 spent, maybe $20 spent, and you could have a very, very good article that matches what that guy's got. And so super easy, like literally effortless, except for paying $10. Okay, so that's the idea. That's what we're trying to build out and give you an idea of the extra bits and pieces that we're going to put in here. Don't forget as well to put in things and fix anything like your headline. So this one would be all about Mongoose fat tire bikes. Okay, and whatever we put in here is what's going to show in the WordPress headline. So what we need to do is latest released Mongoose fat tire bikes reviewed. Okay, that kind of headline would be interesting for people, because you're telling them it's the latest ones, and you tell them you've reviewed it, you've told them it's exactly about fat tire bikes from Mongoose. Okay, so I can put in here top 20, top 10, top 15, whatever you want to put in here. I'm not going to put something like top 37. I don't think so. That would be that would be the best way to do this. But just to give you an idea, I would break this down personally. I would break this down to men's bikes, women's bikes, kids' bikes, something like that. So you could have top 12 latest released men's Mongoose fat bikes, or kids Mongoose fat bikes, fat tire bikes, etc. That's the way that I would do that, so that you've got something that's manageable as far as the content, and so that you have got something that's going to make sense, and it's going more specific again. And as we go more specific, we've got opportunities for more kind of keywords. Okay, so I'm going to end this video now. So I've done 2 videos explaining how the WordPress poster works. There are still some updates to do, but I'm happy with what we've got so far, the progress we have made so far. There is a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be added, like being able to make sure that we can put in our H tags. So I can put in here maybe just for that whole column to be H3 tags, okay? And I can put in automated alt tags into the images and stuff like that. All of that will be worked on, and all of that will be added over the next sort of 24 to 36 or 72 hours or something like that, as the coder gets to work and gets things added. I've already asked for those things to be done, so that when we're posting this into WordPress from here, we have the basic on-page SEO as far as the old style stuff that's still relevant today, like the H tags, and we can put in some things for keyword densities and stuff if we really want to as well, if people feel that's important. But when we actually go into the WordPress money site template, you will see I've got some plugins in there that will help with the on-page stuff for that as well. Okay, we've got one called Topic, which you pay $10 a month for their service, and they will tell you if you got your topical keywords good or not. They will give you a percentage. If you're getting around about 98, 99%, you know you've done something right without even having done much, because we're taking this from Amazon. Okay, so there's a lot of exciting things to come, but just a review of how we can use it, ways that we can use it, the different ways that we can do the poking we've just covered in the last video, and how we can create list posts or table style posts, and examples of ranking web pages that are getting traffic. Okay, so you can see that their content or their style of content is very, very achievable for us, but even more important is that we can take it a lot further. We can put in all kinds of multimedia stuff. We can put in here even maps if you want to. We can put in playlists, etc. All that kind of stuff. It's just we have that ability. If I click on the embed multimedia here, you can see that we can go and put more images. We can go into the videos and do searches for videos around a topic like how to assemble a Mongoose fat tire bike. YouTube playlists, we could create our own, or you know, embed those playlists in there. And we can put in maps as well. If you want to do it sort of geographically, then you might put Mongoose fat bikes fast delivery for Chicago or something like that, and put a Chicago map if you really want to do that kind of thing. It's entirely up to you. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.